today I wanted to actually make some, and I've grabbed out some old music paper and I'm just going to rip them up into little pieces. I've got old vintage letters. This is original, but I have a few, so I'm quite happy about ripping them. Book pages. Let's just rip that flower out. No pattern or rhyme or reason. I've got an old bus timetable that I've ripped up before, and just some grunged up paper. So these are all going to be my, maybe not that, these are all going to be my elements that I'm going to alter. This one I think is absolutely fine as it is. It just needs a few more sort of dings out of it, like this. Maybe no sharp edges. That's good. This one definitely we need to just make a bit rougher. Don't mind a few sharp edges because, you know, can't have it all my own way. Big pieces, big chunks cut out like that. Like a big lump stuck out there. And this was such an old book. I've had it in the freezer, so it's been sort of trying to get rid of the old musty smell, and it sort of worked. It's not too bad. Right, let's just go with those because we've got plenty. And all you're going to need are your inks. I've got a couple. My Stays On ink, which I would have preferred to use, isn't working today. So we're just going to use this really cheap one from, I think it's Hobbycraft. And we're going to take our stamps, you know, the ones that you never use, that are sitting there somewhere. And we're going to stamp on top of your scraps of paper, just to give them something else. That was very, very wet. We're going to do another one and get that. Wow, look how bright that is. And I might do one that's sort of half off. Maybe half a butterfly on there. Not worried about going onto the background. Let's choose something else. Loads of different stamps. Just grab your stamps out. This has got like an atlas, a world map and things. So we can put that one on. Wow, that is very bright. Let's just put that away because that's very, very wet. And if they don't come out properly, it doesn't matter. You're not looking for perfection. There we go. Just that wheel. I've got an old bicycle. I could get my stamp out, but some of these on the back don't work. So let's get this. And we're just going to press it down with our fingers. And I'm going off the edge. Not quite so good. The black is looking really nice, so I'm going to try this one, this old-fashioned clock. Don't press it so hard, Carol. Use your Stays On or your archival ink if you have them. I don't know which way up it is. I'm not going to press too hard. Just making marks and stamping on my papers. Any shapes you like, whatever suits your journals. Obviously, you know what mine are like. And what I'm going to do is just move these out of the way to dry off slightly because they're very soggy. And I'm going to get a couple of them back. Like, that's got space. Have you got some space? You've got a bit of space. And I'm just going to do a little bit more, if I can. That's it. This is not too bad. Obviously don't need to do this on the letter. And if I go over what I've already got, it doesn't matter. There we go. Have I got any more space? Just like that. What else? What else have I got? Fill it all in. Oh, this one. Right. Now comes the bit that is not suitable for children. So if you've got any children watching, this is not for you to do, guys. All right? This is for grown-ups. Okay? So you get your little candle. And you just burn the edges like this, very gently. I've got my windows open. Hopefully it doesn't blow the papers around too much. And if you just catch the edges, it just gives it a nice little, ooh, slightly too much. I've got my spray water handy. But like I say, not suitable for children at all. And quite smelly. Just got to be said, it's quite smelly. But my neighbours have just had a bonfire. So, you know, in my house already smells like a bonfire. Now, this is very, very old music paper, so I'm a bit wary. But if you just catch the edge, don't catch it on fire, it just gives you that little bit of a very old paper that sort of maybe, you know, it was a secret message and somebody's tried to burn it to get rid of it. You never know. It's very time consuming, but it's quite effective. And I can use both sides, whichever side I feel like doing. Do a little bit more here. It's quite messy. Let's see if this one works. Now what I want to do is burn a little hole in the middle as well. So I don't know if that will work. I just hold it. I'm about 3 inches away from the paper at the moment, from the flame. 2 inches. And you can see it's just going brown. I've got a feeling this is going to go right up if I get too close. Yep. You don't need to get close. You don't need to be in the flame. And you can blow it out quite quickly. And have your spray bottle of water handy just in case. Safety first, okay? Oh, I'm smudging. I'm smudging. Don't touch the butterfly. I really want a hole in this. Just experiment. It's super fun. You know, playing with fire. Shouldn't be playing with fire. But in the course of art, creating art, we do. Right, let me see if I can make a hole. I'm determined to make a hole in this. Oh, look at that. Can you see how it's just burning from the other side? I love that. And I'm not even touching the flame. Look at that. Really cool. If you don't want to use the flame, I do have an alternative. Okay. If that's all too much or you don't like the idea, we're going to try and achieve that look just using our inks. So let's have a piece that isn't already half grungy. And we're going to grab loads of ink and go on this one all the way round. Come off the edges, go right on there like. Try not to smudge it this time. Swap to your black, and we know this is going to be black, and just add in places around like this. Okay, and that will look pretty much the same without the scary burning. I'm just seeing what it would look like if we did it in black and then put the brown on top. Let's have a look. I need another dauber. Almost run out. So get the brown, load it up. They nearly run out, and we'll just come off on the edges. But it doesn't matter because you're doing a grungy book. It all adds to the effect. We'll get a bit that's maybe a bit square, wrinkle it up like that. Now, how old does that look? That's come out of a vintage book anyway. And you just, I mean, I just think they're going to be awesome just put on a page. This has got a natural crease in it, so I'm just going to emphasise that. And it should be dry now. Does that need any more? No, that can be like that in the book. And I just think that would look really cool. A little bit of black that's still probably on there. In places, just like that. Don't want to overdo it. Don't overdo it. Just judge for yourself. I quite like the burning. But I know it's not for everybody's cup of tea. So there is an alternative. And I think that works pretty well. And we're just going to rip this bit a bit here and get this and just roll it up. So I think I've done them all. I've got one more piece here. You could do both. You can use this. use your black. So there we go. Can you tell the difference? Obviously that one you can, but that one I haven't done. But you can see how vintage it makes them. So I hope that's given you a little bit of idea about how to turn sort of just scraps of paper into really grungy elements for your journals. And I will see you next week when I'll be carrying on with this little book and putting maybe a few of these pieces in and adding some focal points on pages.